What is going on, everybody? Nico back for another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video. Today we are going to be getting into EV training. This is a very interesting process and one of the things a lot of newer players don't understand about Pokemon, and this is how you get your Pokemon ready for competitive battling, or if you just want good Pokemon for raid dens or something like that. This is also a very useful tool for you. So if this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you are subscribed for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet content from me in the future, and also check out the Discord where people over there playing Pokemon all the time. But let's get into EV training in Scarlet and Violet. So before we get into how to actually EV train, I always like to do a little breakdown in these videos of what EVs actually are, because there are two different stats in this game: EVs and IVs. IVs are stats that the Pokemon are naturally born with. They have a certain value that you're able to get, and they are the stats they are born with. You cannot alter these without using bottle caps, and that is the only method. But EVs can be trained. There are no EVs when a Pokemon is born, and you train the EVs into a category. There is a total of 510 EVs that can be used total, but it's worth noting that only 508 of these EVs is actually going to be effective, because 4 EVs are required in order to gain 1 stat point. So if you wanted to have one additional point of HP, you need to have 4 HP EVs slotted there. And the breakdown for this is each category can have 252 max EVs slotted. So 252 plus 252 in another category gives you 504, and then if you go ahead and add another 4 into another category, that leaves you 508 with 2 left over, and those additional 2 aren't going to do anything. Now there's a way to actually look at your EVs in game. So once you've rolled credits and actually beaten the game, you will be able to go to the Pokemon Center and you'll be given the judge feature, and this allows you to enter your summaries, and you're able to actually see what the EVs and IVs are for a given Pokemon. As you can see here, I can see the EV spread is all over the place from my Quaquaval, because it's the Quaquaval that I used while playing through the game. It's all over the place. And then I'm also able to see right here what the IVs are. You see, it's a decent HP, it's a no good special attack, it's a decent special defense, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Very, very easy to check this once you've acquired it, but you have to be in your Pokemon boxes in order to check it once you've beaten the game and rolled credits. Again, that is how you unlock the judge feature. So now that we've got the initial understanding of EVs out of the way, we need to talk about how we actually go about leveling them up. First off, I want to talk about the easiest method in my opinion, and that would be vitamins. Vitamins are an incredibly easy way to level up whatever EV you need, and vitamins can be bought at Chansey Supply in Messagoza. These are quite expensive, so you will have to farm some resources if this is the method you want to use to EV train your Pokemon, but it is an effective method nonetheless. First up, we have HP up. This is going to raise your HP EVs by 10 points. Each of these raises whatever EV you were trying to level up by 10 points. So you need a total of 26 of them, because you need the 252 in order to max out that stat. So you would want 260 being slotted in order to try and max out that stat. So HP up gives the HP EV. Protein gives the attack EV, iron gives the defense stat, calcium gives the special attack stat, zinc gives the special defense stat, and carbos gives the speed stat. However, they have included another type of item that can't raise the stat of a Pokemon. That has been included in Scarlet and Violet. This has not been a thing before now, and that is these feathers that you can find scattered throughout the map, or simply by doing Terra raid battles. And these feathers, there's a handful of them. I don't know if I have them all here. Where are they? Like the Genius Feather. These are all scattered throughout, and these will each raise the EV stat for whatever they correspond to by 1 point. Not 10 like the vitamins, but 1 point. And these, like I said, you get them from either doing your raid battles, or by simply picking them up by the shiny objects lying on the ground. Now this can get very expensive. Like I said, that this costs a lot to use vitamins. However, you can also EV train by battling wild Pokemon, and I want to cover this because it's the cheaper alternative to using vitamins, and you don't have to grind money quite as much. And anytime that I talk about EV training with wild Pokemon, I want to bring up the anklets and the weights that you can get for your Pokemon. These are super useful, because each of these items here is going to increase the EVs you get per Pokemon battle by 8. You will get 8 additional EV points for whatever the category is. So the power weight is going to give you more HP stat when you battle. The power bracer is going to give you more attack. The power belt is going to give you more defense. Power lens is going to give you more special attack. Power band is going to give you more special defense, and the power anklet is going to give you more speed. These work by giving the Pokemon that item. If you are going into battle and you're doing whatever you're doing, give the Pokemon that is battling these items, and it's going to increase the stat that you gain. Now, Also worth noting that in previous games, there used to be a condition called Pokerus. This was like a virus that you could spread to multiple Pokemon, and this would double the amount of EVs that you could gain from a particular Pokemon battle while EV training. Pokerus is no more. It did not make the cut. It is not in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so don't go out trying to search for Pokerus in order to help your EV training. It's simply not here. You're not able to do it in this game, so the anklets are the only other way that you're going to be able to EV train. Also, before I go any further, if you're doing the wild Pokemon EV training method, all the Pokemon in the party are going to gain EVs based on the Pokemon you knock out. Every single one of them, because the experience share is permanently turned on, every Pokemon in your party is going to gain stats. So even if I'm only battling with my Quaquaval here, every Pokemon like my Clodsire, my Sliggoo, my Wochen, all of these Pokemon are going to gain the stat for whatever Pokemon I'm knocking out. That is something you need to know. So if you only want to train one Pokemon, just remove everything else from the party and focus on that one Pokemon. Now, let's get into the Pokemon that give certain EV stats when battling them. Nico here, I forgot to mention that if you are doing the wild battling method for EV training, you cannot use the Let's Go feature. The Let's Go feature does not work, which on one hand is a bit of a bummer, simply because, you know, you want to be able to knock out a bunch of Pokemon as quickly as possible, and the Let's Go feature allows you to do that. But also it's a good thing, because it would be real pain if your Pokemon like targeted the wrong thing or ran off in another direction after knocking out the Pokemon you were looking for, and then potentially gave you an EV stat for knocking out a different Pokemon. So I understand why they didn't, but it can be a bit of a bummer. Just an update. So every Pokemon that you battle gives EVs. They all have their own individual stat distribution. I have got a list of the easiest ones that are to find to help you level up each stat individually. They're super easy to farm. It's just the most simple method of getting whatever stat that you need. So first up, to gain 1 effort value, Lechonk. Lechonk is going to give you 1 effort value for HP. It is a very easy Pokemon to find. It's all over the freaking place. So if you need to level up your HP, just battle a bunch of Lechonks. For attack, Yungoos is a great option. It gives you 1 effort value. Like I said, Yungoos is going to be a great option to raise your attack. Tarantula is going to be great for defense. It is scattered all throughout the beginning of the game. You're able to battle a bunch of them for 1 defense effort value. Psyduck is next, and Psyduck is great for special attack. You can battle a bunch of Psyduck, and you can get 1 special attack EV for battling Psyducks. Next up, we have Hoppip. Hoppip is very good for special defense. That is going to give you 1 special defense EV per battle. And finally, Fletchling is up, and Fletchling is very, very good for speed. 1 speed EV per battle. Again, tie these in with the anklets, and each of these battles that I just listed is going to give you an additional 8. So you'd get 9 total per battle. And just for the people that did not want to do the math themselves, if you get 9 per battle, you're using the anklets and the weights, and you're using that and you're battling each Pokemon, you need to battle that Pokemon 28 times in order to max out a category. There you go. I did the math for you. Finally, the last thing I want to talk about is removing EVs from a Pokemon. For example, like I showed you guys earlier, my EVs are all over the place for my Quaquaval here. You can see the stats are just all over the place, and that's because I battled a bunch of different Pokemon while playing through the game with this Pokemon. So if I wanted to use this Pokemon competitively and have the stats distributed the exact way I wanted them, I would need to use items to reverse the EVs that are already on the Pokemon. This is doable, but it is a bit of a process. Now, let me start by saying there is no NPC that you go talk to that's going to completely remove them. That's not a thing. You can't do that. The way you remove EVs in this game is berries, and it is a slower process because you either have to collect the berries naturally or you have to get them at the auction at Puerto Marinada. That is the only way that you are able to remove EVs. I personally think this is a waste of time. I'd rather just breed a brand new Pokemon. That's just me. I just rather breed a new Pokemon, and there will be a breeding guide coming up after this video, after I, do a little bit more work on breeding and kind of see if there's any additional changes in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There will be a breeding guide. So, berries. Berries, berries, berries. First up, the Pomeg Berry. Pomeg Berry lowers the effort value by 10 for HP. HP is 10 for the Pomeg Berry. The Kelpsie, yeah, I think it's Kelpsie. I don't know. Kelpsie Berry lowers the attack effort value by 10. The Qualot Berry lowers the defense effort value by 10. Hondu Berry lowers the special attack effort value by 10. The Greppa Berry lowers the special defense effort value by 10. And the Tomato Berry lowers the speed effort value by 10. So again, if you have a maxed out EV on a Pokemon and you need to reverse it, you will need 26 of whatever berry in order to remove the full 252. But that is everything you need to know in order to EV train your Pokemon to get into competitive battling, or whether to just make your Pokemon more viable in raid dens if you're trying to do the higher 5-star, 6-star raid dens, okay? This hopefully was helpful, and if it was, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet content from me in the future. Again, check out the Discord. It's a fun place to be where people are over there hanging out, talking Pokemon all the time. Check out Dubby. It's my energy drink partner. Really good stuff. I'm drinking a ton of it because I'm sleep deprived from doing coverage of this game. So, really good stuff. Add it to water, shake it up. 0 sugar, 0 calories. Delicious, delicious. I'm drinking the peach mango flavor. 10% off with code Nico. Finally, if you want more from me, check out this video. This video breaks down all of the special evolutions in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Every single one of them. That is a special condition in this video. Check it out. Also, if you want to breed shiny Pokemon, for competitive battles, just having shinies, check this video out. Fun stuff. But, like I said, that is it. Hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.